Alright, there we go. We are live, folks. And my character is apparently starving. Oh no, I'm gonna have to steal all my wife's pies. Oh, I see all the pies have been cut up. There we go. Grab a couple pieces of pies here. Get my character all fed up here nicely. How much? That's for 5 days. There we go. Cool. Alright, so we've got animals to process, and to that end, I'm going to have to just go switch out my backpacks here. And get some stuff out of my inventory. So, put these stone blocks here just to get them out of my inventory until I can use them for the purpose I've got in mind for them. I'm going to put these hammers away real quick, because we're going to need a lot of inventory space to process all these animals that we got to get processed, folks. There we go. Alright, that there. I can put this iron pick away for now. Let me just put it right there. Put those ore bombs away too. These stones away. Right, I'm out of space in there. There's granite. Alright. This blue clay can get put away. There we go. Put this worm grunter up there. This leaves these boards and these bones here. So let's see here. Where do I want to put these? But welcome to the stream, folks. Hope everyone's having a good day. The boards in here, this is kind of my generic construction box. And then I'll put the bones over here in the house. Just kind of where I keep my extra hard bones there. Because these are, yeah, strong bones. Oh, stay in there, dog. You're trying to get out. Dog, come here. Dog. Your dog's trying to make a run for it. Yeah. Anywho. Alright, I need to go in there and get something. Alright. So, the tool I need for this process is we're going to lose this backpack, and we're going to get this butcher's backpack here. Because we got pigs to process. We got to get rid of all of our extra pigs. We got too many of them. And to that end, I'm going to go grab the butcher's cleaver, because it allows us to basically instantly kill the pigs in as humane a manner as possible. And I also got to do the chickens. So let's go see what we've got here. Alright, let's see here. So I've got these pigs here. That's a sow. These are all sows. We want just sows in this part of the pen. That boar's fine. I need you sows to move. Sows, please move. Please move, sows. Alright. So, boar, you're in good weight. Come here. Good boar. Boar, you're also in good weight. There we go. I like to start with the boars first if I can. Yep. I'd rather feed them a little bit. But right now... Come on, boars. That's how I need you to move. There we go. So I've got a number of them. What I really need is for the pigs to quit trying to get through here. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, normally I prefer to fatten them up a little bit. But right now we're just trying to get them out of the pen. There we go. Let's see here. So, we do have one more boar in here. Which I can get that boar. Let's get it done. Where is he? There he is. There we go. And we still have one more boar. And then we have these piglets. Which are all Generation 8. We're trying to get our pigs up to Generation 10 here. There we go. That's those. So let's go get these over to the butchery. Come on, out of the way. I need to get through here, pig. There we go. Now you'll notice my character is kind of slowed down a little bit. That's one of the things that comes with this butcher's mod, the butchery mod. Is the more animals you're carrying around in your bags and on your back, the slower you walk. But it's okay. Because we're just doing this to process the animals we've got. It's not like we're one of the hunters out and about hunting wild animals. But let me tell you, it does slow you down a lot if you're carrying a bear around with you. Alright. Let's see here. We'll get these animals all hung up here. There we go. Alright, let's get our knife. And so we gotta skin the creature first. Go. Alright, a few more. Pick up all these hides and all that. Okay, so we've got a few hours left on that particular set. So that's fine. So we'll throw the hides in here. Keep the ivory with us, because I'm going to go add that to my sellable piles stack. Alright. Now we'll wait for those to finish. Because they got to drip there for a bit and get cleaned out. Takes them 2 minutes per. Dog, stay in the house, please. There we go. So let's put our ivory away. Oh, man, look at that. We've got a huge stack of ivory now. Alright. My dog got out. Alright. I can probably put this lantern away for now, because I don't really need it. It's daytime. Now we wait for that to happen. Let's go see if we can't get a couple of these chickens told out, because I need to get my chickens under control, because they are just going crazy over there. Dear, your dog is taking a long walk. Alright, she's just ignoring me. Alright. Hey, look at this mess here. Alright, because I got Generation 4 and 3 and I really only want the Generation 4 chickens. Alright, come here, chicken. Where you at? There we go. Gotcha. Okay, so the real trick is I need to get the Generation 3s out of here. Don't want the Generation 4. So that was a Generation 3. Alright. What are you? You're Generation 3? That's Generation 4. Alright, I need y'all just, like, settle down, chickens. That one's fine. That one's fine to process. Need the generation 4. So you're safe. There we go. We're slowly getting there. I just need that generation 4 chicken to stay, like, there. I really want to go to is that generation 2. I keep seeing occasionally. That's generation 4. 3. Where are you, generation 2? 4, 4, 3. Both these are generation 3. There we go. Alright. We're slowly getting them cold. Let's see if we can't get Rumor out of here. I saw 2. Where was he? Which one of you's the 2? I know I'm getting the ones down there, and that's what's causing the confusion here. There we go. Well, we'll just take this generation 3. Yeah, out of the way, chickens. Out of the way. Shoo. Shoo. There we go. Alright. The joy of animal husbandry in this game, and culling your chicken herds. I can't wait till I have them in a high enough generation that they're not, like, panicking all the time. So that's not the room I want. So we'll come in here real quick. We'll deposit the chickens in here for just a moment, just because I don't need them in my inventory per se. What I can do then is we'll take a pig, put up some of these chickens, pig, chicken, there we go. We'll take 2 more pigs. Actually, we can actually take all the pigs. There we go. Alright, and we'll put a pig down here. Actually, before I do that, let me do this real quick. There we go. That'll help. That'll help with the pigs right there. There we go. Lots and lots of meat. But you've been playing this game and struggling with survival. This is one of the ways you eventually get that kind of behind you, spending some time doing this, and then you'll have lots of meat stored up. And if you can find salt, you can make cured meat out of it, which makes your life just so much easier. And this mod also just, like, helps with, like, getting your meat and stuff, because you get a little extra. Alright, so let's see here. We'll put the prime meat in there, we'll put this in there, we'll grab these chickens. That in there. Put this offal in there. We'll put these chickens up here. There we go. And we'll get them started processing. Now, the great thing about this is how many feathers you get. You get tons of feathers from these guys. And part of the reason is the chickens are so crazy is we had a small mix-up the other day during the winter season where the chickens got all intermingled and stuff, and my generations got unseparated. It was some sort of weird graphical glitch that occurred. There we go. Got some feathers. So I'm going to need to go get in storage. go. We'll just throw them in there. And that leaves me 7 extra. Which, let's go cull a few more chickens real quick. Actually, what I should do is go cull the rest of the pigs I need to cull. Get the pigs processed. Welcome to stream, folks. Hope everyone's having a good day today. It's my wife over there playing with her tamed dog. I don't know why sometimes they'll let me hop up over that. Alright, let's see here. Come on, Sal. Come with me. I know these... Alright, hello, boar. Come with me. Let's see, we got 5 sows in there. That's plenty. And no little piglets. Calm down. Take 2 more. Normally, again, I would fatten these up. But right now, I'm just trying to cull the herd. There we go. Alright. And we still got our 1 mating boar. And we're up to generation 7 here. And we've got generation 6 over there. So once they're all adults, except for you, you're going to get cold. We'll be ready to start on generation 9. Generation 10 is really where we want to get with the pigs and the animals in general. I'm going to do it on chickens. I could take a couple chickens. We'll go get a couple chickens here. So the main thing I want to do, let's see here, you're generation 3. Let's see here, 4. I just need you all to hold still. Now, my day's been pretty good. Mysterious K, how's yours been? There's the 2. Come here. Come here. Quit running around. That was not the one I wanted. Yeah, you just made me kill a generation 4 chicken. They're generation 2 chicken. Where you at? Where you at? Generation 3? Yep. Come here. Gotcha. Alright. Generation 4, we want to keep generation 2. We made a sleeping Yoshi today. Nice. I think it's this gray one. Yep. Yep, got him. Alright, there we go. Alright, need to move these off the hotbar. There we go. Cool. Alright, so that's generation 4, you're generation 3. There we go. Alright. And so now I've got generation 4, generation 4. We're going to take these eggs. Done. Okay. That part's done. Now I just got to come in here and cull the rest of the chickens when I have space. A sleeping snow Yoshi. That's cool. Yeah, chickens still be wild. And they don't calm down until like generation... I think it... Let's see here. Chickens. Okay. Ultra. Nope. Back hitbox. I don't know if it's even in here. 3 eggs. It's like either generation like 6 or 7 or 10. I don't know which one they finally calm down at. The pigs like are super chill starting at generation 3. Once you get to generation 3 with the pigs, they kind of just don't care anymore. They're like, oh yes, this is the person that feeds us. Cool. You know, they're not fully they're still not fully domesticated until generation 10, but they're like super tolerant of you. Alright, so here we go. These chickens are ready. Let's grab a chicken. Yep. Come on. I want that chicken. Oh, right, because it's went onto my hotbar. There we go. Chicken. Gotta keep getting them off my hotbar here. And chicken. And chicken. There we go. There. Cool. All right. Let's get these processed really quick. Also, I'm putting an egg for you in the meat box, dear.
Okay.
But yeah, animal taming this game is a real... It's a real time commitment. But it can be really worth it because it keeps you in meat and stuff, as well as some other resources like hides for leather, and if you're raising chickens like I am, you know, feathers for making arrows. So, a lot of work, but totally worth it. Alright. Throw these carcasses in here. There we go. And then let's skin these guys. And if you're curious what's going on here, I'm using the butchering mod, which changes how you process animals. I mean, you can still process them with the knife like normal, but it gives you the whole, like, hanging them up and bleeding them and skinning them and all that process in, like, separate stages. And the added benefit of if you, like, advance your tools and get better tools, you can get slightly better yield than you normally would. So, you know, small benefits. No kill cone? No kill cone, sadly. But that's because I'm just, you know, hitting the chickens with a sword. Oh, goodness. Oh. Let me grab this meat pie here. Get a little bit more food to eat. There we are. Cool. Grab a few more chickens here. Just to get them out of my chicken pen. Because I'm trying to get my chickens to higher generations. Kind of an ongoing project. Like, the pigs have been super easy to raise generations. They're a lot better behaved. There we go. Let's see here. What generation were you? I don't know. It doesn't tell me what generation those were. I killed a generation 4. Feel bad about that. But it's okay. I got my 2 generation 4 hens behind me. It'll be good enough. Because that's the other good thing about the chickens. You don't really need a lot of them. Yeah, you're both generation 4, right? Alright, chickens. Come here. I got space for like 3 more of y'all. I don't really want the generation 4s. If I can save the generation 4s, I will. There we go. Alright. This side just call the whole herd. That'd be just easier that way. The whole flock, if you would. There we go. Alright. There's the generation 2. No, you're generation 4. You live. Go on. Up the stairs, please. Up the stairs. Go on. Nope. Nope. Up the stairs. Come on. Come with me. Back this way, please. Chicken. Chicken. Seriously. Out of here. Get. Alright, up the stairs. Up the stairs. Up the stairs. Up the stairs. This is the other part I'll be happy to be kind of dealt with. See, what I need to do is kind of do like I did with my pigs. I need to put like a small, like, little ledge up here that once they get over it, they can't get back down the stairs. Come on. Chicken. Chicken. Quit running in the corner. There you go. Goodness. The chicken. Alright. Oh, those chickens. Unfortunately, with the number of animals I'm carrying on me, it does slow my character down. That's one of the other effects of the butchering mod. Let's see here, how much meat left I got? This pie. Okay, I can finish this pie. There we go. That'll give me a free hand with which to remove and rehang chickens. Because these chickens should be about ready. How are we doing? Yeah, they're ready. Okay. Put you there. Take you down. Put you there. Take you down. Put one up there. Put these in here. Fine. And one more. There we go. Let's just do this. Get these processed real quick. Clear out my inventory. And one of the things I need to figure out in this game, it's like, so I have the primitive survival mod running, and it'll let me do like fishing, but there's no way to like make bait. Like I can go and get worms for bait. I can get like fish eggs for bait randomly, but I can't do like cut bait where I just take like, you know, meat or something and use it to make bait. So it's something I want to see investigate. All right, there we go. All right. Cool. There we go. Nice. Those chickens are done. Let's go grab the rest of the chickens. Just so we can get them out of the basement of the chicken coop. So they don't spoil on us. We don't want to waste good chicken meat. My wife's probably salting all the meat and curing it to make it last longer. Is that correct, dear? Oh, she's not listening.
Most of it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, she is. There you go. All right, come on. No, that's the pig pen. That's not gonna help me. Is there any food over here? Oh, there's some food over here. I'll be able to feed the chickens when I'm done. Good chickens. If I go to the right gate, there we go. I'll have to go over this. Stay, chickens. Stay. I really should build like another entrance down here just so I can get down here more easily. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Wow, I had exactly enough inventory space. Perfect. Alright. There we go. Alright. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I should go check on my test oak tree I planted earlier. I changed a mod setting on the server for one of the mods, which is the Wild Farming Revival mod that I'm using, to use realistic tree growth, where basically the trees grow in stages. I need to go check and see if my oak tree is actually doing that now. I tried to apply that the other day. I realized I forgot to actually save that setting, so it didn't actually work the way I wanted it to. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to deposit the knife there just to give myself some inventory space. I also put an egg in the box for you, dear, that I pulled out of the chicken pen. I was not sure if it was a generation 3 or 4 egg or whatever. Right, so these chickens still got a little bit of time to process. My wife's making distilled whiskey and stuff. Oh, that's ready. I can put away some of these bones, actually. What's in here? Yeah, these bones can go in here. There we go. That'll save me some inventory space. I can pick my knife back up.
Feed the goats.
I have not fed the goats, no. I still need to call out that one goat, right?
No. Not yet.
Oh, you want it to grow up and get fattened up first. Yeah, so we've been playing,
It's fine until it's full grown.
Got it. So we've been gambling with the goats. We've got a breeding pair of goats. We've been trying to increase their generation as well, but we don't get new generation females. We keep only getting males, so it's making it impossible for us to increase the generation of our goats. The pig got out. At least the dogs are hanging out by the front door now. Now that looks like a pot. That's strange. Alright. Well, weird bots out there these days. Alright. Let's see. The slaughter. Yeah. Yeah, general efficiency. We're culling the herd of chicken. Well, the flock of chickens, I should say, actually, is more accurate. So I hope you wanted poultry for the next few days. You wanted poultry, right? Right? For general efficiency? All the poultry? It's gonna make so much right. Yes, it is. But we're finally on generation 4 of the chickens. Oh yeah, so where's the newcomer setting up? Have they decided yet? Because we have a new member of the server. I don't think they've actually gotten on yet. But they will be joining. Be sure to supply them with poultry. Yes, I will make them eat nothing but chicken. Nothing but chicken. Red meat? No, no. You only get chicken, no steak. They're probably going to stay with you? Cool. Well, we can load them up with food for the walk down to your place. Or ride down to your place if you're going to come pick them up and act as a taxi service. There we go. All the feathers I could ever want. I'm just going to... You know what I'm going to do to get rid of some of these feathers? I'm going to make some... Well, those chickens... You know, finish bleeding out. Because I also still have pigs to process, too. You see all this?
We got so many feathers.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna deal with some of these feathers right now. There we go. Alright, so first things first. We're gonna show you one of the other cool features of the butchering mod. For those who are following along here. I'm gonna make arrowheads out of them. Out of these strong bones that you get as a part of the mod. Now, these aren't much better than the flint arrowheads that are in the base game, but they are a little bit better. They have slightly less break chance. Only slightly less, though. It seems to me like that slightly less doesn't really change the fact that they break almost all the time. But because you're going to be processing animals anyways... Yeah, they're just another expendable arrow, which works fine for me, honestly. There we go. Like, that's what I use them for. I use them as arrows. I don't really care about if I'm going to get them back. And it's just a good way to get rid of some of these extra bones here. And to do bulk or mass production of arrows. Now I just need Honk to get back on and do hunting so I can give him all the arrows he could ever want. Just be like, here, go hunt all the animals, like the bears. Hunt all the bears, please. There we go. Because unfortunately, with us going to the lazarette... Oh yeah, the fox is great. I love... the things is great for hunting small game. I love it for that. Like rabbits, foxes... I mean, I even hunt deer with it occasionally. That was something throwing a rock at me. Is there... Yep. It's Drifter o'clock. But yeah, no, I love the sling. Because first off, it's also super accurate. Have you noticed that, general efficiency? The sling is pretty accurate. There we go. And for people wondering why I'm just napping a bunch of arrowheads, this is something to do while the chickens finish bleeding out. Malk is judging me for the explosive incident. Well, I mean, he's probably still mad about it. You did try to blow him up when you were blowing up my workshop last night. And so for other people in the stream who are curious what we're talking about, General Efficiency was on the server last night, and he and my wife were fighting over the wine she was making, and it got a little out of hand when he set off a explosive charge in my workshop. Oh, good. Yep. Now he's been demoted to serf. They did stop me from pulling his wine and ale allotment, though. And the server told me that would be too cruel of a punishment. Alright, and welcome to the stream there, Osphelia? Or Osphelia? Osphelia? I'm not sure. Again, if I butcher your name, chat, do please correct me and give me the pronunciation that you'd like me to use. Oh, is that your job now, General Efficiency? You're the server's drunk on the community server? Well, how about this? How about I convince my wife to set aside a specific barrel for you? Will that solve the fighting over the wine and ale? You know, I don't know. We'll have to find that out. We'll have to find out. I know there's actually a mod that adds a bard class that actually gives you bardic abilities. Oh, well. Must be a left. All right. Yeah, it can. It can last a long time. There we go. All right. Yeah, I know I'm doing a lot of napping right now. Let's go check on our animal processing here in just a second. There we go. Strong bones back in here. And let's take my arrows. Here we go. Sticks, arrows, feathers. There. There we go. And I can throw these in there. Put that down there. There we go. Alright. That's cleared out some of that extra, just random stuff I've got. And the chickens should be ready to process. Yes, they are. So, yeah. Like, the bots in chat get really weird sometimes. Like, you know, I'm supposed to have like a mod to deal with this, but my mod's playing Vintage Story right now. I'm just teasing though. Oh, good. Finally got all the chickens up and hung up. Here we go. Come here, chicken and pig. There we go. Alright, let's get these chickens processed now. I mean, you know, I am one of the mods. How about that? Technically, you know, my wife has also got mod permissions on my chat. you know, being a small time YouTuber, I can't afford like paid mods and whatnot. Actually, I should go up there and deal with that. Can I? I can delete the message, but I can't like boot them from here. Hold on, let me go over here to my live stream management stuff. Here we go. What's this here? Yeah, well, I'll just delete Jet. Let's see here. We'll just delete the message. Oh, you forgot you had peanut seeds. Nice. Just do that. Just that. Clear it from stream. Anyways, there we go. Alright, we're back. Now I've tried to do some modding on that. I have to work on that whole modding my chat thing there a little bit. Get back down here. There we go. Yeah, now peanut seeds are cool because the peanuts give you all kinds of like they have lots of uses in the game now, especially with the expanded foods we're running, because you can use them to make things like trail mix, which is super nice. There we go. Get our hides and our fat, because that's what the pigs are for. Hides and fat. And meat. And ivory. So that I can go take all of the money from all of the traders. Well, treasure hunter traders. Yeah. Get everything. I feel like I didn't get everything I should have gotten from that. Hold on. Did it pull outside somehow? Nope. I've seen that happen occasionally. Where it like phases through the wall somehow. There we go. Okay. Hides can go in here. Oh. These hides are finished. Let's see here how much I've got. 26 liters, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So I can do 6. This should work. There we go. Alright. There's that. Let's go ahead and scrape this hide. There we go. And... oh, I need to refill that. Hold on. Gotta make some more weak tannin. Gotta keep the great leather machine running. That's one of the other things about culling the animals here. All the leather. That was not what I wanted. Yeah, let's just do that without the logs in hand. There we go. Alright. Ooh, good. My strong tannins ready, too. Alright, let's grab these next 5 huge hides I've gotten from bears. There we go. More leather. Someday I'll finally finish processing all of these hides. But everybody having a good night out there? Now I've asked that, but there's been a few new people join the stream since I've asked. As I should say, it's night for me, you know, not necessarily night for everybody. I do kind of love these ceramic hives. Yeah, that's good. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna go refill my wife's honey barrel a little bit more. Gotta keep the honey flowing. One of these days she's gonna get crazy. She's gonna make all the mead. Actually, I think she uses this to make syrup and jams and stuff. go. Alright. Are these chickens done yet? 11 seconds. 11 seconds, the chickens will be ready for the final processing. Put that there. I'm sure ability to go left. Oh, I got plenty to finish this up. The cool thing that I like about this is I got a mod that makes it so that using the butchery stuff is actually now compatible with the whole Seraph leveling system, so that my resourcefulness leveled up. So I now get plus 7% animal loot when I process the animals. Isn't that nice? I like it. Come on, there we go. Uh-oh. Are you fighting the crabs? Have the crabs got you there, General Efficiency? Don't lose war to the crabs like the Australians lost a war to the, oh god, what are those big birds called? Emus. They've advanced their tech tree. Oh no. See, they're worshipping Dagon like they're supposed to, and they're getting the more advanced, yeah, the emus. See, the crabs are getting the more advanced blessings and stuff, man. That's what's going on here. Wait, do I have enough? Yeah, I have enough to butcher another pig over this barrel or bucket, whatever. There we go. Get some fat and some hides. Hold on, what was that? I just want to know what you're talking about. Am equally as scared. Oh, army bacon. Well, looks like he left. Yep, scared him too much. Chased off army bacon, man. Oh, goodness. My players are hilarious on my server, folks. Alright. How are the pigs doing? The pigs are ready. Come here, pigs. Let's get you processed. And now General Efficiency's running off. Guess he lost the war with the crabs. There we go. And we're almost done processing the animals, folks. So then we'll get on to doing other stuff. There we go. Alright, throw that in there, throw that in there. Take this. How's this doing? Oh, looks like that one finished. Yep, that one finished. Let's get an empty bucket, and we're going to top this off. This is my bucket for, or my barrel for cleaning the animal extra bits here, because we can use that to make sausage and stuff. There we go. Keep hitting the escape when I don't need to. Alright. That there. Cool. Oh, wait, I can also put these bones in here. I'll keep those bones and I'll go feed the dog real quick. Because I still got like a minute until those are done. Where's the doggo? Come here, doggo. Who's a good doggo? You're a good doggo. Have a bone. What about you? How are you? Would you like a bone? Oh, I can't feed you because I'm not your owner. We'll pet the doggo. Pet the doggo. There we go. Alright, yeah, I can't really fit any more in there. And I'm running out of storage out here. I'm going to have to fix that. I should also go get some more food for my character. Let's see here. We'll have that meat pie. And that meat pie. What do we have up there? Red meat stew. That's a sealed crock up there, and then hefty prime meats and lobster mushroom stew. Ooh, that sounds good. That's a meat pie. Meat pie. Meat pie. So many meat pies. Now let's see this one here. Alright. There we go. Put some extra on the shelf there. Eat one. Yep. That one on the shelf. There we go. This one, yeah, this is the one I got like a crumb left of. One crumb left of that meat pie. And now we can finish the pigs. First pig. Come on, come on. One more second. There we go. And done. We're finally done with the pigs. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let me put this in here. And... oh, wait. I have one more dead chicken that I've missed somehow. Okay. Well. There we go. Alright. Yeah, that's got space. Chicken. So many chickens. So many. Put the prime meat in there as well. Put the feathers up here. That there. Alright. Let's see here. You can put this ivory up. Dog, you're kind of in the way. Okay. There we go. A nice sack of ivory. I don't need the hunter's backpack anymore. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. What can I do with some of this? Actually, while I wait on the chicken to finish bleeding, let's go check my test tree that I put down earlier. It should have sprouted a little while ago. Go test my experiment. It should have been right around here. Is this it? Are you my test tree? You are my test tree, but you did not do what I wanted you to do. Well, that's a shame. That means that the change I made... oh, no, wait, here's the test tree. Will mature in about 14 days. Okay. Let me mark this one so I can know this is the test tree. I'm standing on test tree. Test oak. There we go. We're going to make it a nice... I don't want to color it, it'll blend in too much. So we'll go with purple. Purple will stand out. Or pink. Pink will stand out. There we go. I can get rid of this test tree up here that was a failure. Because that was before I realized I made a mistake in my mod settings. Alright, let's check. Let's see if the mod settings held. Wild farming and survival. And... living trees supported. Okay. So living trees will have dynamic needs and growth stages. So there we go. That's what we're testing. That's what we're testing, folks. I know it says unsupported next to the feature of the mod there. That's just because they don't guarantee that it works perfectly. I've tested it before on solo playthroughs, and it seems to work just fine. But this is my first time testing it on a server. 41 seconds left on our last chicken. Let's eat this crumb of pie I have left. Yep, it was exactly a crumb. I should get rid of this birch sapling at some, or this birch tree at some point. We'll have fruit soon. The fruit trees are coming in nicely. What time is it? It is May in the game. Alright, come on, chickens. And then we got a couple other things to work on once we get the chickens processed and all that. Like, I got some more road work I need to do, but I don't want to spend all night doing road work. I've been doing a lot of that, so we'll probably work on some other stuff. I also need to make a trip to the coastline. I also need to figure out where I want to put in my pulverizer, because I do want to put in a pulverizer. It's a whole thing. There's a whole lot of stuff I need to do. Alright. And... done. Cool. So, I'm thinking about how I want to put in the pulverizer. Because it's kind of the next big step between me and getting into steel, which is where I want to get. Alright. There you go, dear. All the animals are processed. You have lots of meat to work with.
Thank you.
Alright. Cool. And lots of blood to make stuff out of. Now, let me grab one of these pieces of pie. It's going to be my carry-around meal for a minute. So, right, the pulverizer. So, first things first, let's start making all the parts we'll need for the pulverizer. Chicago Sanitation Department is trying to sue your kidney. That's what General Efficiency said in the game right now. Okay? Is there a reason why? Do you advertise that you have a very nice kidney or something? Alright. So my thought process is I'm going to bring a part down from that. I'm going to bring like a set of whatchamacallits, axles down from that piece right there. Oh, it's because of your Baja Blast addiction. So I'm going to have to probably move this forge, which is fine. It's not the end of the world to move this forge. And I'll probably also need to move this anvil too, because I'll put this forge here. There we go. And I'll put my extra anvil where? Where do I want to put my extra anvil? I'll just put it back here for now. There we go. Out of the way. I mean, I could always, like, break it down and reclaim the ingots, but I'm not worried about that right now. So, I need to make the pass-through. They know that I'm probably got a 24 pack next to my desk on standby. It was on sale at Walmart. Oh, there you go. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to need a copper plate, I think. Let's see here. So if we go to the handbook, let's see here. What is it? Pass through. Here we go. Improved wooden axle. Pass through. This is what we're looking for. So I need iron plate, wooden axle, tools. Done. So let's get the axle first. So for the axle, I'm going to need some wood and some fat. And I'm running out of fat, so let's go grab the fat. Some Jones cane sugar soda, but I'm keeping that on the reserve. Fair enough. Alright. Alright. Oh. No. I'm going to leave the bread alone because the bread's got a long shelf life. Alright. We'll take just a few pieces of this fat here. Don't know how I ended up with a 3-stack there, but alright. Because that'll let us make some axles, which we need. I'm also going to need, like, some oak logs. There we go. And we'll need the chisel. And we'll need the hammer. So it should be hammer, chisel, logs, fat. There's our axles, which we'll need. We need the tongs here real quick. We need 2 iron ingots. One piece of coal will be enough. And we're going to make this iron plate really quick. Get this going nicely here. There we go. You also forgot you had some jar toast too. Okay, cool. That's general efficiency in my server chat, folks. Talking to me, telling me about all kinds of stuff going on in his little world as he awaits for Snowpocalypse to hit. By the way, folks, if you're in a place that's getting affected by the winter storm, you know, I hope y'all stay safe and warm out there. Pardon me. Alright. Eat this pie. We're almost up to temp. Yeah, so my idea is I'm going to bring the axle right down through here. And then I think I'll expand this out this way. Put my pulverizer in, like, right here next to this lamppost. And then... Don't stop on me now. There's plenty of power. You better turn. There we go. And then I'll bring the axle down over. I'll have a toggle, so I can turn the pulverizer on and off. I'll set up a little area where it can collect the parts I need. The stuff that it crushes. So here we go. So this should be axle, that, hammer, chisel. Yes, there's the pass-through. Done. Okay, so now I should be able to take this and go, like, right here. And I should be able to take the axle and go like this. Why is that not spinning? Why are you not spinning up there? Why no spinning? Should be spinning. Oh, because I put it in the wrong one. Of course. Alright. How do I get that out of there? Oh, good. It will come right out. Okay, perfect. Now, so I need to put it over here. Well, that's fine. That actually works out a little better. There's my other axle piece. So it's this one. There we go. That should work. Yeah. Right? Why is that not spinning? Okay, now why is it not spinning? Gotta figure out what's going on here. Do I need to take this piece out here? Because it should connect. Alright, let's see if that fixes it. There it goes. Okay. Just because I placed it there after I placed in gear, it was not understanding. Cool. So now, if I bring that down to, like, here. So I'm going to need to take out this support beam, which is mostly just decorative. Oh yeah, fruit trees are a long investment in this game. But they're super good, though. Alright. I'm going to have to redo a little bit of the support structure that I've got here. I think I'm going to knock this out as well. Give myself a little bit more space. There we go. Cool. Actually, let me put that one back. There we go. Alright, so now... get rid of these tongs. I don't need these tongs right now. Okay, so let's see here. That's only H. So, pulverizer. There we go. So I need the frame, which is a block, a bunch of boards, and a saw. That's easy enough. Alright, so let's see here. I have a block around here somewhere. Where did I put my stone blocks? Stone blocks? Where'd you go? I know I had extra. I know I've got a bunch behind me. Alright. There they are. So there's one stone block. Beautiful. Let's grab a few oak logs. To grab like 5. I need some extra boards anyways for some other projects. Boards. So now, if I do like this, do the stone, and not put my saw away before I'm ready to. Pulverizer frame. Done. I'm going to need the saw back here in a bit, but there we go. Alright, so now to make the angled gears and the pulverizer toggle, so angled gears, I'm going to need some resin, some sticks, and some fat. I got fat, I got sticks, I got resin. Alright, so let's grab, I got all that. Let me just put this all back in my inventory here. So resin, grab like a couple of those. Let's grab like 6 just in case. And grab some sticks. There we go. Grab a few more pieces of wood. I'm going to grab a little bit more fat here. Alright. Grab like that much fat. That should do it. Alright, so let's do fat, resin, wood, sticks. Was it chisel, hammer, saw? Yes, it was. Beautiful. There we go. Alright, so that should be all of those parts. Now, next, I'm going to need what? Because I want to make this. So that's going to be... So I need another iron plate. Forgot Jonas had a collab with Fallout going on. Oh, yeah, I did. Alright, so I'm going to need another iron plate for that. I'm going to need... I need an additional angled gear. Alright. What about this guy? Boards and fat. So I'm going to need a bit more resin. Some more logs. Another angled gear. Okay. Alright. Gonna need a lot of parts here. Alright, well let's go get the toggle made. Although it looks like for the toggle, hold on. No, not this. Nope. Nope. Where was it? H. Toggle. It looks like it can be any plate. Bismuth bronze, meteoric iron, bismuth, meteoric, bismuth, iron. It looks like it has to be at least bronze or better. Oh, general efficiency, to answer your question, substrate specifically lets you grow mushrooms. So like if you want to get some wild mushrooms and plant them, the substrate lets you do that and grow them. So like if you want to grow mushroom, so you make the substrate and then you either, if it's a ground mushroom, you just put that on it. If it's a tree mushroom, you put that on it and then you put some logs on top of the substrate. And the ground mushrooms will grow in a little 5 square or block radius around the substrate on the ground. And the tree mushrooms will grow up on the trees, and it will go up to like 5 blocks high on the tree blocks you put on there to the logs. That's what the substrate does. And also, people watching, if you got questions or whatever, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to respond to your questions for you. Alright, I'm going to need some more of these. Well, let's get... Yeah, basically it's a renewable resource of mushrooms where you want them. So if you've got a mushroom you really like, I think it's the dryad saddle or whatever, one of the big kind of flat ones. Not the deer ear, but like one of the other ones. Because I think it's got a little higher nutritional value and stuff than some of the others. Like if you wanted to grow those. Don't mind me burning myself because I put the tongs away. Alright, I want a plate. Go, hammer. Make me a plate. See, if I wanted to save on some gears shifting and stuff, I could have, you know, just run the thing off there, but I didn't want to have to turn my hammer on every time I was doing this. So let's see here. So for the toggle, I need what? This, and I think this, and hammer, and that. Nope. That. No. What is it? What is it? What is it for the toggle? Ah, no, I have it slightly backwards. It's hammer, chisel. There we go. There's the toggle. Alright. Now for the transmission, I need boards, chisel, saw, 2 gears, hammer. Where'd my hammer go? There's hammer. And I need 2 resin and 1 fat. You know, do the materials that hooks are made out of increase their chance of catching anything? I don't think that's the case, General Efficiency. I don't think the hook material changes your chances of catching anything. You could try it, though. It doesn't say anything. There we go. I was explaining to one of my players that General Efficiency's talking to the stream. Or talking to me via stream. There we go. Alright, so we got the transmission. Now I need a clutch. Clutch. And for the clutch, I need a piece of wood. I have the resin. I have the fat. I have the boards. Yeah, so I should have just about everything but the piece of wood. And some more sticks. So I need a few more sticks and the wood. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And piece of wood. There we go. So if I do this, and sticks, and boards, and hammer, chisel, saw, and then resin and fat. No. What was it? Where is the clutch? Clutch, clutch, clutch. Ah, it's too fat. That's why. There we go. There's the clutch. Done. Alright, so we're like halfway there. So now I'm going to need some more logs. Because I'm going to need some more angled gears here. I hear some sort of nefarious creature out there. I need more fat, more resin, more sticks. Alright. Sticks are easy. There's some more sticks. But I'm running out of inventory space. That's a mild problem. But that's fine. I can do it this way. So we'll do 2 resin, 2 fat, wood, sticks. Then it's what? Where's my saw? Saw, chisel, hammer? No. What am I getting wrong here? Ah, I have the saw and the chisel mixed up. There we go. Alright. Let's see if that doesn't get us all the parts we need. Well, most of the parts we need. It won't get us everything. I'm still going to need to make a couple more parts, but I'm going to clear out my inventory a little bit. Oh, General Efficiency is doing some distilling. Okay, so what I'm thinking is first things first, I'm going to get out my shovel and go get some dirt. I'm going to just level this area out over here real quick. Method for my madness, folks. There we go. Oh, dug up a little bit of the peat. There. Alright. So we're going to put the pulverizer right here, is my plan. So I'll need a dirt block here. And actually, if I put the pulverizer... Nope, it's going to have to be here. So, yeah, you know, I can leave that dirt block there. Hello. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Gonna dig out some of this peat here, get it out of the way. Meaning dig out this peat anyways. Good to hear. We're just doing some construction projects around the community server here now that I finished processing off our extra animals that we didn't need anymore. And part of what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to install a pulverizer so we can hopefully advance into like the Iron Age. Or, well, not Iron, but Steel Age. There we go. Alright, so if I put the pulverizer here... I'll see, I can go down, gear shift, I'll put the pulverizer here. I think here will be the best bet. There we go. Alright, that'll give me a rough place to put it. Alright. So I'm going to have to dig this out. Actually, no, I want to raise it up a little bit. So we'll raise up the pulverizer. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Actually, I should make this out of, like, rammed earth. That's alright. That's alright. Let's just get it into place first. Alright, let's get the pulverizer where it's not, like, blinding me here. Pulverizer. Nope. Need to turn that around. Put it the wrong direction. There we go. Excellent. Now I'm going to need the toggle. Awesome. I'm new. Finally made it into the Bronze Age in your game. Yeah. The Bronze Age is a nice... Like, once you get there, it would be very nice. It's great. I love being in the Bronze Age. There we go. There's that. Alright, so let me get some more building materials. I have this rammed earth I don't need. And I got some cobblestone here. I can do this. Yeah, I should do this out of cobblestone. That'll look nicer. There we go. I can put my clutch in. Actually, let's do this the other way. I'm going to do this the other way. Yeah. Once you get into the Bronze Age, though, it's super nice. There we go. We'll do that there. We're going to go there for that. Open this up. Beautiful. Okay, so now the goal. Got a good 310 spots before I found copper. Yeah, so sometimes... So I actually just did this in my Snowball Earth playthrough, which I got a series of on the channel, on my YouTube channel. I actually jumped straight to the Bronze Age myself in that one, because I happened to find a bunch of surface tin nearby. There we go. Right, that should work. Cool. And I panned up enough bronze and picked up enough copper and enough copper nuggets off the ground and stuff that I just was like, you know, instead of doing copper tools, I'm just going to go straight into the Bronze Age. Which was my first time ever skipping the Copper Age in a playthrough. So, normally I play through the Copper Age. But, nah, well, that first time you get to Bronze is super nice. And then from there, you work your way into Iron. And once you get into the Iron Age, that's where I'm like, you're kind of set. You're good for everything that's in the game. You can go into Steel, which I've done in my vanilla playthrough that I have a series on. But it's a lot of work to get there. And I'm doing it on the community server just because it's a community server. We got people on here all the time doing stuff. Might as well, you know. So now let me get into here because I'm gonna need some more boards to do my crazy plan that I'm doing here. There we go. So are you doing a vanilla playthrough, or you got some mods that you're running? They're Sim Platon, if I'm saying that right. If I'm not saying that right, do correct me. Like, yeah. I should get some more food before I finish this build. Why? I see you've been making pies, dear.
Oh, those were already pre-made. They just need to be eaten.
Okay, I will eat your pies. You can just call me Sim. Or Simpleton. Okay. That's actually a creative name, by the way, of how to do Simpleton, by the way. But we'll just call you Sim. That's very creative, actually. I like that. Alright, so let's do... I am actually going to need this piece of earth. There we go. So if I do that and get my axle... Axle... There we go. Good. Good. Alright, so now we have power. Now if I do this, it connects. But the wind is not cooperating today. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Now I need to make... I'm probably going to need logs for this, actually. Hold on. I'm going to put away these extra gears that I don't need now. I'll put the fencing in there for the moment. Do I need this for this? No. I'm going to need wood, though. I know I need logs. Okay, so let's go into here. H. What do I need? Oh, it's just 3 logs and the chisels. Okay, so I'm going to need 6 logs. There we go. There's my chisel. I don't need the tongs anymore. Why am I still carrying the tongs around? Alright, so 3 logs, hammer, chisel, 1, 2. 1 and 2. There we go. Done. And then I'm going to need my powder caps. Where did I put my powder caps? Made the powder caps. There they are. Alright. This is how you set up a pulverizer, by the way. In case you've never seen this done. This is for crushing up different types of materials. So 1 and 2. There we go. And there's our powder caps. And so now, if I turn her on... Oh, yes. There we go. Look at that beautifulness. If I could just get the wind to cooperate. Okay. We'll turn that off now. Cool. Cool. I got some boards, so let's do this. So we're going to get 3 nails. We're going to go around here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. My board's back. And then I'm going to put 2 of these in here. Beautiful. And then if I've done this right, I can take this one. We're going to dig this guy out real quick. And put it down here. And we'll put this dirt block in for the time being. And that will give me a way to access that. There we go. Now let's do a quick test run. Let's just take a couple quartz chunks here. We're going to turn on running some mods, some world gen stuff, primitive survival, butchery, smithing, and a couple other small quality of life. You're running similar mods to what we're running. Because we have primitive survival, butchery, smithing plus, and we don't have any world gen mods, though. I didn't do any of those. Alright. Now the goal here is to see if these go down into the hopper. Beautiful. Hopper feed system is working. That's what we wanted. Alright, let's finish our... Let's put our fencing back in. That way nothing wanders into our workshop. Now then, I do have one of these chutes. So this is perfect. So we're going to go... Is it here? You gonna let me do it this way? Or are you going to make me put in a block? You're going to make me put in a block, aren't you, game? There's a whole, like, process to attaching these chutes to things sometimes. That's a granite block. I don't want that. I seriously had, like, dirt blocks just laying around. And you wanted some rivers and smoother mountains, so you added better ruins. Yeah, better ruins is really popular. I have yet to actually test it out myself, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. I'm out of dirt. I'm gonna have to go dig up some more dirt. Well, actually, I don't need this pile of dirt here, technically. I don't need this dirt back here. Oh, I wanted that dirt there, though. Don't mind, the magical floating, there you go. Found an awesome spot where 3 rivers merge. Nice. Yeah, I can't wait till they add rivers to the base game, though, personally. Like, that's what I'm super excited about. Which should be in, like, the next major update. There we go. This dirt for what? I don't want this dirt. I was getting this for something. Oh, yeah, I was going to use this to, like... There we go. Alright, let me grab this out of here, because I don't need this dirt in here. This looked a little nicer. There we go. Cool. Cool. Alright, so let's put this back in here. Yeah, I've seen some beautiful maps come up from the Rivers mod, though. There's some really nice maps out there that it generates when you do that. Alright, so we'll just... Oh, that's not what I want to do that. Just cover this up a little bit. Oh, come on. There we go. That looks better. Oh, did you get disconnected or are you just logging off?
Oops.
Okay. Let me put my lantern in my offhand so we can see here. Gonna smooth out this back section here. Just there we go. Give me a little extra dirt for placing around places. Yeah, I definitely think the rivers are good at add if you're gonna pick a world generation mod. It's definitely one I've been looking at myself. I'm definitely thinking I might add it next time I do a big, like, server type situation like what I've got going on here. So, the next server I do, I'm probably going to add the rivers mod. There we go. I'm going to fill this in a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Someone stuck a limestone slab back here. Okay. But now let's see if we can get this set up the way I want. Alright. I'm just going to go over here onto my wall. There we go. Okay. So now what I need to do is basically put this, like, here-ish. No, you're going to make me put the dirt down. Okay. So what we'll do like this. Okay. Alright. Alright. Game's going to make me do it the hard way. There we go. We're going to dig this out. We're going to go, like, here. Nope. Go get my wrench. Oh, yeah. I've seen people have to fight the current on that Rivers mod. It works really well, that mod. It's really cool. There we go. That's what I needed. And then, come back over here. We're gonna stack up a little bit of dirt here. Give myself some height. And then, should be simple as doing... Cannot place a block here. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. There. Alright. There we go. And now, if I do this right, or if I've done this right, I should be able to throw stuff into here. It'll feed into there. And then that'll feed it into this box. So let's test it. What do you say? Oh, good. I've got some flax. There we go. The other thing I need to do is I need to improve my windmills a little bit. My lovely wife's been growing, like, all the flax. There we go. Actually, let me grab one more. Oh. Put these back. Okay. Let's grab a few more logs. Let's put this away. Grab that back. And that back. So we're going to go hammer, chisel, bat, logs. There we go, because I need those. I'm going to need some sticks. Actually, let's just put those back, and we'll just grab a stack of sticks. There we go. And there's that. Alright, and then for these, to make these, what I need 1, 2, 3, hammer, chisel. There we go. One problem with making these vertical windmills is they are very resource intensive. There we go. Put my extra windmill bits in here. My extra boards as well. Let me put that up. There. Okay. Slowly sorting it all out. Extra cloth as well. Yeah, this year's flax harvest is going to be like nothing but making more windmills. All right. Let's see here. Let's add to this one. There we go. But it also doesn't help that I'm also only getting like 5% maximum wind speed. And that's one of our big problems, folks. That's really hurting us here. Eat this meat pie real quick. I need a place to stash this dirt now. I need to get more inventory. There we go. Alright, put that there. So these are from the millwright mod, those vertical windmills. So they're not base game, they're mod. But if you want a mod that really expands your windmill options, the millwright mod, super nice mod, gives you a lot of extra options for windmill designs. You get the vertical ones, and then if the sun was up, I could show you Leaf's windmill back there, which is a 6-axle windmill. Here, I'll show you. So if we go rotors, rotor. Come on, I can spell. Let's just do wind. Here we go, windmill. So you have like the regular windmill rotor, right? And you can turn it into a reinforced windmill rotor, which can basically hold more sails. That's just from the millwright mod. Or you can even make it into an 8-sail windmill rotor, which will hold 8 sails and make it even more powerful. But again, like you have to have iron to make these and stuff. And then, of course, you can also get the wide sails, I believe. Wide. So you can get these wide sails, which is what you saw me using back there. And then if we go just to sails, there's some other ones. Like there's these angled sails, which require the reinforced windmill. But I think you get a little better speed out of them. And then there's the centered sail. Same thing. Like I've seen some crazy fast windmills running these centered sails. And then there's the regular sail, which you can also use to attach to the regular windmill rotors, or to the reinforced ones if you want. And so to get the vertical sails, you also need iron. And then there's like the 6-axled one. So, Yeah, no, I really like it. Like, this is my first time ever really playing with it, and I like it just because I like the look of these vertical windmills, because these were like a real windmill design in the real world at one point. The main problem is they are fairly resource intensive to build. And the other thing we're also running like the stone quarry mod, which lets you cut out these large chunks of stone. You know, super nice. Let's see here. What do I want to do next? Well, first I need to go put away this fat before my wife comes looking for her cooking fat and wants to know what I did with it. So there's that. God, we got so much rot that I'm going to have to process into compost. Alright. Oh, that's ready. So let's get some more hides going. I could do 12. 12 hides. There we go. This is my butcher's shop that I set up using the butcher's mod, and this is also where I'm processing all these extra hides into leather, because it's just a non-stop thing at this point. Alright. There we go. There's those. That in there. Let's grab this bucket, empty that one. And get some more lime going here. Alright. 40. I'm gonna grab some more lime. Now the question is, how much limestone do I have? Yeah, I've got enough. I can do 40. Alright. If the wind picks up, though, we'll be able to use the, like, crazy auto panner of doom here. Yep. Oh, someone already put salt in there. Gotta go put the salt up. There we go. Cool. Let's go grab some food. Oh yeah, my auto panner. Sorry, that's the auto grinder. I'll show you here. Let me show you this nonsensical thing that I've built. Some of the members of the server have been giving me a little bit of ribbing about it. So I have the sluice mod that I'm running. So I'm sure you've done panning in the game to get some stuff, right? Well, the sluice mod adds the ability to make sluices, and you can make a wooden one or the iron one, which is what you're looking at here. And so I can basically dump sand and gravel into this box. It'll dump it into the sluice, which I've filled this in with just random dirt blocks, so that sluice just dumps all of the materials it produces out into these hoppers that I built, and then they filter it down into this box. And this is the stuff that I've just not processed out of the sluice, the last sluice run I did. So this is, I lovingly call it the Auto Painter 9000. You know, just because it's ridiculous. To give you an idea of how ridiculous this thing is, here, let me show you. So I'm going to take this rubble hammer from the stone quarry mod, and I'm going to take this stone slab here and turn it into rocks. Yeah. And here's a great thing. If you want to keep it somewhat vanilla friendly and not like too crazy with, you know, like what you can get out of the sluice, just stick with the wooden sluice. And so what I can do then here is I can just do right click and it'll throw all that stone I just got out in there, and I can take the rubble hammer again here. I can just break it all into gravel with the rubble hammer in this rubble storage. You can also get sand this way. So if you're doing a project that's got like a lot of sand that you need for things, like say making either wattle and daub or making plaster, this is a great way to get sand for your plaster as well, in whatever color you need. So I can just take my sand and my gravel out of there, and then Just throw them in here. You can see it's already feeding it out of the chest through the chute down into the thing, and it's slowly panning it. And the reason that the iron sluice is it's a little crazy for what you get is because it has a different drop table than the regular wooden pan from the vanilla game does, where the wooden sluice uses the same drop table that the regular vanilla wooden pan uses. This one uses the drop table from the metal panning pan mod, apparently. But like you can see, there's rusty gear there, that just came out. And you get like so to give you an idea, we get lapis lazuli, we get clear quartz, we get alum chunks, we get silver nuggets, gears, cassiterite. So 10, you can get 10. So this will keep you in 10 bronze forever, with this nonsensical pan that I've got set up. Obviously copper, galena for your lead, borax if you need borax. You also get halite, so you get salt, and you occasionally get these rich chunks of galena and copper. You also get chalk for your lime if you need it. And you get brown coal, you get black coal, you get anthracite, you get sulfurite if you want zinc to make bronze. I'm drowning in blue clay. I get so much blue clay out of this thing. It causes new weird problems. Oh good, my lime is done. There we go. So, that's the joy of the metal sluice, or the iron sluice. It is ridiculous if you build like a crazy auto panner like I did, because, I just had to overdo things. There we go. It's actually part of the reason I quit throwing gravel in there. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. That's why I was like, maybe I should stop using this as much. Alright. There we go. So with that all done, I think I'll grab my hammer and my chisels here. So I'm going to grab my iron splitter plugs, and I'm going to grab my hammer. And we're going to prepare a little bit more of my tunnel for road work, while that panner just pans things and whatnot. This is a trap I was working on to try and trap mobs using some of the stuff from Primitive Survival. It's not very effective. Specifically, I was trying to use it during a temporal storm. Just didn't work out very well. Don't really need my lantern on my offhand right now. This is a great road network over here I'm working on for the server. So this is kind of like my little area. So I've got like my workshop and farm, and then I got one of my other players named Leaf, his house and workshop and farm there. And then we've got kind of our shared animal pens over here. And then north, this is like the spawn area where we're going to be building a village up here. And this is a library I built for storing like books and stuff that we pulled back out of the archives. So I've been working on building roads up to here, which I just finished that road today. And then General Efficiency helped me mine a tunnel through this mountain over here. And I've been working on laying the road into that, because I'm going to bring a road all the way across over to the ocean. This is kind of the goal. It's one of my kind of long-term goals on the server. But I've got this fine stone path here that increases your movement speed by 20%. I mean, that's all vanilla. Yeah, it is, but this is a community server, so it's not like I'm the only one doing stuff. Like, you should see General Efficiency's place down here. He's done a lot of work down here at his house too. Like, he's got a whole little town center, and I haven't even been down there recently to see the new stuff. Like, he's apparently expanded this farm. And then I've got a player with another over here somewhere. It's got like a dock house here. You can see the outline of it. And then he's got an underground road / path that goes all the way up to like here. And then over to his house, which is... I was just at it the other day. Where is it? Where is his house? I was just at it yesterday. Okay, so yeah, it goes all the way under. So it goes all along here. And then it comes like straight down over here underground to his dockhouse. Yeah, and people who join my community, so basically joining the Discord and hanging out and agree to like follow the rules and stuff, are welcome to join this server. This is a community server that I just run for the community. Now in the future, for my Patreons, I'm going to be setting up some paid servers with more Patreon input of like what goes on the server and whatnot. But that's a future thing as I grow in Patreons and stuff. But yeah, this is just my free community server. Everyone's welcome to join it that's in the community. And this is the tunnel that we carved out. I did it 5 wide and 5 high to make riding your elks through here easier and to make it so I can have nice symmetrical lanterns down the center. It needs some cleaning up, where I need to come fill in these roof gaps and stuff. Oh. My rubble hammer got left in here. I was wondering where my rubble hammer went. And you can see this is the trench I'm going to be laying road into. I'm going to take this block. Yeah, we're using normal tool durability. So, I'm going to show you how we did this without burning through like tons of picks. Because I did just hand carve out the first bit of tunnel. Alright? I didn't fully carve out the entire tunnel. Oh, general efficiency, did you come through and carve this out? You carved out the roadbed. You sly dog coming in here, carving out the roadbed for me. Well, I guess I don't have to carve out the roadbed. Well, now I don't have to show him how this works. Well, here, I'll still give you a quick demonstration. We'll just come down here into this like underground part, and I'll do a quick little demonstration. So, this is using the stone quarry mod. So we put in a splitter plug there, and a splitter plug here, and then I'll do a splitter plug here, and hammer them in. There you go. And all I did was use a little bit of hammer durability there. And I got a block of blocks. In general efficiency, you don't care if I take these block chunks out of here to go and use for stuff, do you? Yeah, you do have to make tunnels to put the thing in. And that's why you see these little carved tunnels in the ceiling, which I'm just going to come back in and fill in at some point. Because what I'll do is I'll go find a place to dig out some dirt and use this all to make, like, road. Although the limestone I may leave for, like, using to make lime. There we go. Alright, got it all. I'm gonna have to do something about this cave, though. I'm gonna have to, like, fill it in and put in a door or something. But yeah, the stone quarry mod is what allowed us to do that much more efficiently. Because we also have Salty's movement mods, which allow us to crawl. So, for example, I can press this button and now I'm crawling. And if we go into F5, you can see that I'm crawling around. There we go. And that's how he did those short tunnels that he was using to put those in. Yep, generally efficient. I'm just going to stack these blocks out here for now. See, if you hang out with us too much, we're going to just keep being like, oh, and you should check out this mod, and this mod. And soon you'll just have all the mods. I forget how many we're running. I think we're running, what, 25 now on the server? Something like that. There we go. There we go. Well, I don't need this lantern out now that I'm not in the tunnel. But now I need to get dirt, because I've run myself out of dirt. Actually, I should be a little devious. I'm going to go check my wife's dirt box and see if she's got any dirt left, and then I'm going to steal her dirt. Don't worry, dear. I'm just going to use your Terra Petra to make some roads. That's
No,
fine.
you're not.
Okay, now that got a reaction out of her. Okay. I mean, the fact that Terra Petra does count as dirt, though, you could theoretically, since you can make it, if you for some reason had just an infinite supply of compost, use it to make roads, but I would never do that. Like, that would just be awful and a complete waste of Terra Petra. Oh yeah, I should go check and see how my oak tree's doing over here. My test oak tree. Oh, forgot I had this cave down here. That's a straight shot. Yeah, let's see here. How you doing, oak tree? 13 days? Oh, you still got a lot of time. There's that chicken herd. Chicken flock. You get so many wild chickens around here. As part of the map. Alright, let's see how our fish traps are doing. Hadn't checked them since the stream started. Well, the trout line's certainly happy. We got a fish there. I'll just grab these guys real quick. Throw them in here. There we go. Got some more. Ooh, all kinds of fish today. There we go. Alright. These are empty. Nothing in those. Okay. Gonna go check the weird traps. What do we have here? Oh, we got a fish. Fish. Alright. Get these guys all cut up here. If I joined, I'd have to bed for Napster. I have more trouble with some of the small movements in the crafting. Okay, so you can actually... So one of the tricks for napping... Here, I'll show you this. I never use this trick just because I like the way I do my napping. I just like using the regular camera to do it. But people give me a hard time about this. Let me grab some rocks and I'll show you. I'll show you a trick I use. Or that other people use. I don't actually use this trick, but... Let me go grab a rock here real quick to do some... Actually, what am I doing? I've got bones in my inventory I can do napping with. Okay. So, let's do this. We'll just use these. Alright. So, you know you do the whole squat, do this, do that, right? If you hold the Alt key, you can just move the mouse around. And you don't have to move the camera around. Now, if it's a dexterity thing on your part, I don't know how much this will help you, but this can help with the like without having to move the camera. Now, personally, I've thought about installing like the pottery wheel mod just to make clay forming easier because I've used so much clay forming. So there we go. That's one of the tricks you can use right there. And letting go of the Alt key brings you back to regular movement. Alright. Okay. It is a little hand issue. Alright, cool. I understand then. You know, I could consider adding Napster, potentially. If there's enough interest in it. Man, I gotta do something with all those bones that we're getting here. Oh, good. This is finished. Okay, cool. It's more clean off there. And we'll take this and clean that. There we go. It happens to us all, you know, as we get older. Because I'm sitting here about to be 40 soon. So I get it. It has a whitelist option too. Okay. That's kind of cool. That kind of makes me think of one of the accessibility mods I went and found for another friend of mine. The arachnophobia mod, because he's absolutely, like, terrified of spiders. Like, the shivers, the locusts, he can't deal with them. And I went and found a mod for him to fix that so that he could play with us on the server where he had all that turned on. And they wouldn't appear as their normal forms. They have a different form for him, you know. So that he doesn't have to see the arachnophobia shaped things. Like, fighting the monsters, not so much of an issue to him. No, it doesn't make them like cats. It actually turns them into these weird sort of, like, blobs. Like little kind of rusty looking blobs. Like, it's really cool. Like, I like the way it does the locusts. Locusts look really cool because they look like these little upside down bell like blobs. Whereas the shivers, the guy was struggling with getting a model he liked for the shivers, so he just threw together like this really simple model until he could figure out a model he likes for the mod. And it almost looks like an upside down lamppost. Like if you take if you cut the top off a lamppost that has like 2 lamps on it and turn it upside down, it's almost what it looks like. It's just kind of funny. And just this thing just comes like sliding across the ground at you, and you're just like, oh my god, why am I being attacked by a lamppost? You know, like it's hilarious. Like I almost run it just for the hilarity of it. To me, so you know. But it works well. So it solves the problem he has. Alright, what do I want to work on next? I do need some more iron. More ale. You want me to make more ale. That's what you want there, General Efficiency? Okay. Alright, how about this, General Efficiency? I will make you your own barrel of ale. No, you're making more ale. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you always do need more ale. Alright, actually, you know what I need to do? I need to find bauxite. That's what I need to do. Okay. So let's offload some stuff. Actually, that's a good use for some of these nails. 1, 2. There we go. Gonna make another storage chest. Just offload more stuff. There we go. Alright. Here you go, feathers. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. There we go. And I can throw these in there. I don't need that or that right now. I will keep the rope, the sword, the sling. Alright, and then I'll put this away. Let's see here. There we go. And I'll put my splitter plugs away. Alright, there we go. That's a nice clean inventory. Actually, I need to make the canoe. So if I want to make like that, so I need some birch logs, some wood pitch, an axe, and some ropes. I need some maple. How do I get wood pitch? No, I want there's wood pitch. Okay. Alright. Pitch. Okay, can I do like wood? Wood rubble, wood tongs. Here's the wooden sluice, by the way. It's just 3 boards to make the wooden sluice. And the iron sluice, just so you can see it, is just 3 rods. Let's see here. There's the iron sluice. Probably would have been faster if I just typed in sluice. That's a wooden sluice. And then the actual iron sluice is like 3 iron rods. That's it. Alright, that's not what I wanted. I want pitch. Helps if I spell the pitch. Pitch glue. Here we go. Powder, resin, okay. Yeah, it's super easy once you get there. Yeah, and that's why, like, I even have, like, an extra wooden sluice that I'm just leaving here. I gave it to my kid to play with because my kid plays on the server with us, and this is his sluice, and I just leave it here for him to throw stuff into when he gets stuff. But, where is it? Wood. Pitch. Alright, hold on. Canoe. Material. Okay, it's just pitch glue. That's all it needs. 4 liters of pitch glue. Okay. And then, okay, so the pitch glue. Two resin plus 2 charcoal powder. So I'll need 8 resin, 8 charcoal powder. Or some hardened glue. Okay. Well, let's go get the stuff I need for this. Because I want to make a canoe. Actually, what am I doing? I'm just going to go to my managed forest over here. So I need maple trees and oak. So let me get some seeds to replace that. So let's see here. A couple oak seeds. Do I have any maple seeds? I seem to have run out of maple seeds. Oh, I need birch, actually. So birch will be fine. There we go. Because it's birch bark. Alright. Yeah, this is my first time playing with the canoe mod as well. But I've heard good things about that as well. Alright. Cut down this oak tree. There we go. That did not give us a whole lot of logs, did it? It's enough, but just barely. There we go. Let me grab one more. Yeah, no, it's certainly got like a lot of people very much are saying good things about the canoe mod. And it's kind of like the raft. It's like an upgraded version of the raft. But instead of being limited to, say, just what's the word I'm looking for? To just the... Why can't I think of the word? Oh, yeah. Instead of just being limited to the reed basket that you can put on the back of it, you can actually put a couple chests in the canoe. Because it has, like, 4 seats. And so, obviously, you need 1 seat for yourself. And then there's a couple places where you can put a chest. But you have to make a paddle instead of an oar and stuff. But the paddle's not that hard to make or anything. Take that vine, because I can use that vine to make the rope I need for this. So let's go here. We're going to do birch there. We're going to go forward a little bit. Do birch, like, right here. There we go. There's 2 birch trees to replace the 2 I'm about to go cut down. And then I'll get my scythe and come through here and harvest the cattails. Oh, wait. This has been tapped. Has this one been tapped? Okay. This one has not been tapped. I'm going to cut this one down. You really don't get a whole lot of logs out of those birch trees. Alright. That's that. Alright. Really need to build like a Langstrom hive. Okay, sickle. That's what I was going next. That away. And I had somewhere where I was doing these vines. There they are. Okay. Scythe. Here we are. Where'd my dog go? Dog? Oh, you're inside. Good dog. Okay. I didn't know the scythe was about to break. Well, this is what I primarily use it for, but yeah, I use this for bees a lot. I also use it for rope, because obviously you need rope for a lot of things. There he goes. But right now, what I've been slowly doing is moving over to some of the improved hives from Golden Combs, which is a mod that gives you some reusable hives. I've been slowly switching out my woven hives for those. I didn't get the one I wanted. Come on. Get that one, please. There we go. Like, there's a wooden hive that I want to upgrade to, which basically has a larger inventory for stuff, so you can leave it longer between harvests. But there's like a whole process into making the hives and the parts for that one. See, there's a few I missed. There we go. The great thing is, those will just keep regrowing. The other thing I'm running is Wild Farming Revival mod, which allows you to do things like, so for example, I could take these cattails and I could mix them with a bucket of water to make more cattail roots. Wild Farming Revival. Yeah, it's a great mod. I like it because it lets you make seeds out of crops or flowers if you want more flowers, or berries into seeds to make more berry bushes. You know, real world stuff that you theoretically could be able to do. All right, so now I'm going to need some charcoal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And resin. I'm also going to need 8 resin. So I put it in here. There we go. So in theory, I should be able to do half and half. And then once I grind up this charcoal, yeah, it works on cattails, it works on berry bushes, it works on all the crops. It works on flowers. So, like, if you want to build a bee farm or having trouble getting flowers, you can do that. Or if you want to build your own or grow your own horsetail, for example, instead of having to scrounge through the forest to get horsetail to make medical supplies, you can take a horsetail and a knife and make 3 seeds for horsetail and propagate your flowers that way. All kinds of things you can do with it. It's a great mod. It kind of goes in all my modded playthroughs just because of that feature. And the other thing it does is it lets you take the muddy soil from the bottom of lakes and pan it for seeds. Which works with the sluice mod, by the way. I drowned my wife in seeds by running muddy soil through the sluice mod, and then she demanded her own sluice, and now she does it on her own. Because my wife's like the farmer. That's like what she does on the server. She farms and cooks. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. That'll give us 4 liters of pitch glue. So I think I just need the ropes now. There's some rope. Not enough, though. Let me just do another stack. Get some extra ropes. There we go. And the rest of these I'll put away. Under your farms, put the hives in a scarecrow next to the farm, so it looks like the bees are working the crops. That's kind of cool. So the From Golden Combs mod also makes it so the bees do affect crops and increase their grow speed and stuff. As an FYI. And the beehives have like, it's like hidden kind of behind the scenes, but it does have a function in there for doing that. So it gives you a reason to keep your bees kind of near your crops. Alright, so let's see if I've got this right. Oak, so I'll need 3. Oh, I need 1 more birch. Okay, hold on. Oh good, I have this small birch tree over here. Please tell me this birch tree is not tapped. Are you tapped? No, my wife is not tapped this particular birch tree. Don't worry, dear. I'm planting more birch trees for you to get birch sap from. So one of the things that the expanded food and culinary artillery mods add is the ability to tap like maple trees and birch trees to get their sap to make like things like syrup and stuff. There we go. Do I have to like... Okay, I do need to put that in like a bucket or something. Bucket. Good. Bucket is empty. Hello, bucket. There we go. Okay. Now, so half and half, half and half. Axe and rope. Canoe. Okay, so I do have to do this. So the canoe cannot go in like your inventory. Yeah. So it lets you do that, and that's what it's for. Like you can, I'll show you this one over here. You can see one of hers where she's got it tapped. You just vault over this. There we go. So you can see she's got these spiels here. So she could put a bucket down here during the right season, because they only do it during certain seasons, and you'll give her birch sap. And on the other side of our mountain over here, so we have this mountain. So if we go past the mountain over to here, she's got all the maple trees like tapped over here to make like maple sap and stuff. Alright, well, I now have a canoe. So I should probably make a couple more chests for said canoe. Okay, so let's see here. Let's do 1 and 2. I think 2 chests should do it. There we go. And I don't want to combine those. Alright. Now this can go in here to replace some of my oak logs. And these will just go in here for now. There we go. And then this peat can go back in the peat box. Alright. So, next. Do I want to do anything else, or is it getting... It's getting kind of late. I'm probably going to need to end the stream there, folks. Because I do, unfortunately, have a day job that I have to go to tomorrow. And, you know, I need to be mildly functional for said day job. You know, otherwise my boss might get a little upset about it. So I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me tonight and coming along with the stream. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope we'll catch you in the next one. During the week, I stream on Tuesdays and Thursday in the evening for me, and then I try to stream on the weekends. But on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, I have a video that drops around noon my time, which is Eastern time, for those who are curious, on my YouTube channel. So keep an eye out for that. And I do stream to both Twitch and YouTube now. That's a new change I've made. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful time, and we'll catch you on the next stream, or hopefully you'll catch the next episode. So thank you all so much. Now, thankfully, I'm not in one of the frozen places. Or at least not yet. We'll see how cold it gets tonight.